Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Philip.
Whoa. Are you tie-tie?
I'm tie-tie because I'm getting old.
Oh, no.
You know,
You know what would be good?
what would that be?
If we just all were a little bit more like kids.
That would be great. Life would be better. The country would run more smoothly.
Probably.
Because the worst type of fights that kids get into are like kind of little physical, like roughhousing.
I see. Yeah,
But there's never like guns,
no guns.
unless if you're like a psychopath kid.
Unless you're a cool kid.
Unless if you're a cool kid that owns a gun. I guess as a kid, like if your friend just like at a sleepover whipped out like a 22, then you'd be like
the coolest kid.
You'd be the coolest kid in town. It's good to have you back, Philip. Last episode, I was scared out of my mind.
Out of your mind. I took a nice long vacation and
I hope you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed a little Al.
I didn't, and I hope that you destroyed that thing when you got back.
Nope, he's coming back.
Ugh.
He's coming back.
Ow.
My name's Philip Osterday,
And I'm Daniel Cardiff,
and this is Classic Countdown Conversations.
where we count down the best
And the worst.
that pop culture has to offer. This one has nothing to do
What is
with,
this? I don't even. Yeah, is it pop culture?
I guess some of
There's
the things.
nothing that's not pop culture.
Yeah, some of the things are, I guess, but mainly not. This is probably one of our few episodes where it just is not pop culture like driven.
Yeah. We have two separate titles to this.
Yeah,
So Daniel has his lame one.
the
and
one
I have a better one.
mine was
Not really.
what?
What?
Mine was adulting is the suck, I think was
Yeah.
mine.
And mine's just things that kids do that adults don't.
Yeah, so that's so much lamer than mine.
Maybe it's Classic Countdown Conversations, things that kids do that adults don't. Adulting is
The suck. With some colons and
Yeah.
some dashes and
Yeah.
stuff. Man, yeah, this will probably be if that's the title of this episode, it'll be the least listened to episode. I guarantee it. Which is fine. You know what? I'm fine with it.
I'm not.
If you want to put that as the title.
I think people saw the Al one and ran away.
I think if the title was Adulting is the Suck,
People probably will listen
probably-
to it.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess the SEO is right for that, but I don't like it. Adulting is good. I like adulting.
I do too.
I get to drive a car.
That's the best thing. Can I say something?
Top 10 reasons to be an adult.
And maybe that will be next week's list or next year's list. I don't know. The time with this show doesn't exist. There's gaps in between episodes that feel like years, but really they're only 1 week apart. It's weird. Sometimes there's just missing time.
There is missing time.
If you go back in our timeline, there's just missing time. And if you're just now starting to listen to the show, you'll never know. Whoa, what was that?
Excuse me.
Is that your phone?
It was my computer telling me I have a noise.
Oh.
Hold on.
Do you need to fix that?
Yeah.
You jumped. You jumped like a mile high.
It was so loud.
I guess, yeah, I did hear it through your headphones. For those of you who are listening, Philip's wearing earbuds and I'm not. I hate having something on my ears when we record, but Philip likes it for some reason.
I'm going to force you to do it at some point.
If it's over the head ones, I'll be fine. I don't want to wear. Why would you force me to do that though?
It helps.
It helps. It helps me?
It helps us. It helps us be more consistent in the things that we do. Like you don't talk over here like this and not realize it because you hear yourself
Okay.
change.
Whatever. I thought you said you were gonna turn that thing
I
off.
did say I'm sorry.
Do you have the thing?
Yeah.
This is all staying in the podcast.
I know. All right. So what were we talking about?
Yeah, so we're talking about things that it doesn't have like a concrete explanation. These are just things that like you do as a kid that are great.
Okay.
And then as you get older, you either lose interest or you stop making time because you think it's too childish. Or it might be weird that an adult does them. Some of them, maybe you should keep doing as an adult, but others, maybe it's okay. It's an okay thing to leave in your past, in your childhood. Sometimes things, well, I'll get into it, but the first one I'm going to mention, like, I literally can't do it anymore or else I feel bad.
I think I know.
We'll see. So I have a list here of 20. Philip didn't do any prep.
I thought, okay, first of all, this was my idea.
It was your idea, which is surprising that you didn't come up with anything.
I had a few things that I had in my mind.
Okay.
I even said them in the text with the idea.
Yeah.
So,
Which one of them, I only remember one, and it is on this list.
okay, good.
But I don't remember what else you said. But yeah, so Philip didn't have a list, but it's fine. He has a kid to take care of, and I don't.
I was working when I thought of it.
Yeah.
And then I came home and then I took care of my child and then I ate dinner and then I took care of my child.
I do have a sick wife at the moment, but she made me dinner tonight. So
How?
I don't know. She made stir fry and it was delicious. Okay, so I have a list here of 20. We're gonna go through the first 10 pretty quickly. I guess
Okay.
you could say they're honorable mentions. But if one sticks out to you, Philip doesn't know what my list is. So Philip, if one sticks out to you that you want to spend more time on, let me know.
Okay.
If we get down to the end and there were things that you thought of, then feel free to share them.
I will.
But we'll get through the list first. All right. Without further ado, number 20 is doing things to make yourself dizzy.
Ah.
I can't do this anymore because I will throw up. I will throw up. This includes like things on the swing set, rolling down like a grassy hill.
All those things, huh?
Yeah, I can't even sit on a swing anymore.
Really?
I start getting nauseous like the second I sit down on a swing.
It's a problem.
I think it's like a motion sickness thing, but yeah, I can't do any of the spinning around in a chair. Can't do any of the dizzy stuff.
Roller
anymore.
coasters are kind of in this category.
I unfortunately I want to like roller coasters more than I do. They excite me, but man, after I do like 2 of them, I'm starting to feel
You're out.
sick.
It's too bad.
Anything else to say
I like it.
about the dizzies?
I like the dizzies. I see my son do it all the time.
Does he just spin around in
He
a
spins
circle?
around sometimes.
And does he like it?
He loves it.
Oh, I miss it. I miss being able to. It
Sometimes I
sucks.
spin him around.
And does
and
he
then
laugh?
and then we both get dizzy. And then it's funny because then he runs into me and he's like,
Yeah,
Daddy.
and then you're collapsing as well.
yeah, and then I fall on top of him and he's like, Daddy.
Becomes very unfun very quickly. Okay. Anything else on that one?
No.
Okay.
Keep it moving.
Okay, so number 19. This is a personal one,
Okay.
and I don't think you ever even liked this.
Okay.
That's swimming.
Nope.
You can't.
I'll indulge.
Can you not swim?
I can swim.
You can swim. Okay.
I'm not good at swimming.
Okay. As I've gotten older, I'm just like, what is the point here? But like, if it's a hot day, I'll jump in to cool off, but that lasts maybe like 5 minutes at the most, and then I'm out of that pool.
Yeah.
Swimming for fun, it just like doesn't register in my brain anymore as something to do.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way?
That's how I've always felt.
Yeah.
Well, and I've always been a little chunkster.
Uh-huh.
a little bit of a chunkster, and so it's just kind of like, well, what's this is just making me huff and puff, and so I'm drowning outside of the air.
I'm
or
cramping
outside of the-
and
yeah,
I
just
didn't
bad.
wait. I didn't wait 30 minutes to swim after I ate.
Yeah. Ugh.
If you play like games in the pool, then that's fine. But it doesn't have the same excitement for me as it did when I was a kid. We would spend in the summer. We'd spend like all day in the pool.
All day.
All day. And I just can't. I like look back at them like, how did we spend that much
What
time
were
in
we
there?
doing?
So it's a personal one, but I just feel like it's lost its luster.
I don't know if this is on your list. This might be too general.
Okay.
But like doing one thing for an entire day is like classic child.
Yeah,
move.
that's true. Like and just like not tiring of it.
Yeah.
And then getting up and doing it the next day all day as well. Yes. Yeah, that's not on my list, but that's a good like thought. Kids just like don't tucker out.
No.
And when
Until
they do, but then they're like if I spent all day, I don't know, what's something that an adult does?
Working.
Oh, sorry.
That was you.
That was me. But it's because so I'm using a new iPad that Philip gave me,
You're welcome.
and I don't know how to turn the ringer off.
Oh, you just turn it down.
I
think.
have it all the way down.
Oh, then you go to notifications.
Gotcha. Okay.
You go inside the settings.
I don't want this.
Inside the settings.
I don't want this. Okay. Well, we're just gonna deal with it.
That's fine.
So
Do you get lots of notes?
no, not usually, but this will probably be the time
Of course.
that I do.
You get that big group text.
Ding, ding, ding. I did mute a group text actually for this very reason. So,
Yeah.
if I were to spend like all day like doing taxes, I'm not doing that the next day, you know?
Taxes stink.
Yeah, they do. So that's a good one. And swimming goes into that as well. Number 18, playing in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about like, I don't know, this is similar to swimming, I guess. I guess like also sprinklers, like playing in the sprinklers.
We played in the sprinkler this past summer, and man, was it a blast.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do it as much as my son did.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
man, he was having just a gleeful day.
Yeah, I know. I think of that, and I think of like rain. And we used to go out in the rain. As a kid, you don't care if your clothes get wet.
Yeah.
You know, and then as an adult, you're just like, gotta run from my car to my front
Yeah,
door
like-
because I don't want to be wet.
My shoes might get ruined in my socks. Oh, who wants wet socks?
Yeah, like it's water. Other than like a flash flood, like swiftly taking you away? What's the worst that rain can do?
That's right.
So I'm kind of mad about this one. It's like adults need to play in the rain more. All right, we're back
Technical difficulties.
to you guys. We weren't even gone,
It was like nothing happened.
but so if we hadn't just pointed it out, then you wouldn't know.
But we did.
So now you know.
So if you heard the little buzzy sound earlier, it should be gone now.
We apologize.
And I apologize.
Okay. Yeah, I said that. We'll just move on to number 17. This is just games such as tag, hide and seek, floors lava,
Good.
things like that.
All the best games.
What, floors lava?
No, just the best games.
Oh yeah. Best games. And I'm excited. This is what makes me excited to have kids.
yes.
Is I'll be able to play this again. And it'll be an acceptable thing to do as an adult.
I'm very excited for the floor's lava.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like that one's fun, but it can also be very chaotic.
Yes.
And I'm very much so looking forward to that as a father.
The
Like I will purposefully make it as chaotic as possible with my kids. I'm very excited about that.
I love you like throw the pillow down like I'm landing on the pillow and it's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome, and then you fall over and you're like I'm an idiot. Why did I think I could do that?
We played it sometimes with the Devon's kids, and we made up. I would yell like, "There's a wave coming," and then we'd have to like hide behind something.
That's awesome.
Or we'd say like the lava's rising, so you'd have to like get
higher.
up higher.
You mean you played the Super Smash Brothers?
Basically, the lava level. Yeah, essentially. I think that's even like what was going on in my mind when I would say that stuff. So yeah. So just these type of games, it's not that you can't do them as an adult. You just kind of do it less as you get older.
Yeah, you just lose that fun time, the fun time of being a kid.
That zhuzh.
Thanks, Tommy, for that word.
That word. I've heard it a couple times lately. I'm like, hey.
Have you really?
Yeah, it's the Tommy word. Okay. Kind of speaking of Floor is Lava, number 16, just playing make-believe.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Did you ever play make-believe?
I don't know. Well, like, yeah, of course.
Just like, I'm a secret agent. And I'm shooting a bunch of people.
Yes.
But what was your go-to make-believe?
I don't know if I had one. I would definitely play as like Batman or some sort of superhero.
You would just beat the tar out of people?
That's right. I'd be like, "Come here, Mom," and then I'd punch her right in the face. It's crazy.
That's interesting.
She was like, and then she was like, he's playing make believe.
It's okay. It's okay that he punched me in the face as your dad's trying to like punish you.
Yeah.
So I'm an only boy in my family.
Me too.
And you are as well. And we'd go up to Canada, and sometimes we'd overlap with my cousins who there are other boys in my cousins' families. But sometimes we wouldn't overlap with those families, and it'd just be my family. And that left me to play some make-believe when I was younger.
The most lonely boy in Canada.
When I was 17, a young boy, I would play make-believe. But no, I would go down and I'd get in the boat as it was docked. And man, I'd just go to town, pretend like I was driving that boat.
Oh,
yeah. And
we'd have our van in the garage and pretend that was like a spaceship or something. That was fun.
Yes. Yeah. So things that you just like as you get older, if we did that, we'd be put in an insane asylum.
Yeah. People would say, well, people would say you're insane.
They'd say you're insane. That's what I just...
And then they'd put you in an insane asylum.
Yeah, that's what I just said. And...
I thought maybe I could add to it, and then I realized there's nothing to add, and I stopped.
Hey, in today's day and age, people are playing make-believe about anything and everything, so... Okay, number 15.
Okay.
Hurting yourself like a champ.
Whoa.
So this isn't self-harm.
Okay. Good.
It's just like you would just like fall off things that if I fell off now, I would break my elbow. You know?
Yes.
Like you'd fall off just like a chair. And you might scrape up your knee or something, but you just bounce right back up and keep going.
Yeah.
As you get older, your bones are just brittle.
They're very brittle. Kids are like rubber bands.
Yeah,
boing.
They're like the Stretch Armstrong dolls.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want.
Or just like a cinder block.
Okay.
Or just like nothing, they're impervious to harm.
Until it does break and then it shatters.
Until they break a bone, which is actually something. Did you ever break a bone?
Never broken a bone.
Neither have I. We're both the only boys, and we've both never broken bones. Maybe there's something to that like we didn't have brothers to
force us to break bones.
Yeah, to roughhouse with and break our bones.
Maybe.
But yeah, so like just as an elderly 24-year-old man, anytime I run for more than 5 minutes, my knees, I strain things in my knees, and if I were to fall off of a chair, I'm dead.
Have I ever told you about the lady that fell while I was driving by?
No.
Okay.
Totally.
So I was driving home from the grocery store one day, And I like,
when was it? Like,
this was like a year or two. No, it was probably like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. So recent. So I knew you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Why have I not heard this story?
I don't know. But I was driving down and I saw this lady walking her dog, and we like locked eyes for a second, and like not like anything weird. It was just like you like look at somebody that's walking, and we both looked at each other. Right in that moment, the dog like kind of like moved forward a little bit more than she was expecting, and she just face planted on the sidewalk. It was like one of those, like she became a flat board, and it was just like
just her
legs kind of went up while her face went down. It was horrible. And it was like I'm driving, and I was like, should I have stopped for this lady and like made sure she was okay? I don't know what to do, but I just laughed and kept driving.
Yeah, to you it's a funny memory.
Yeah.
To her, that is burned into her brain forever. That she looked a guy dead in the eyes, and the next thing she knew, she was on the ground.
She probably knocked herself out. It was very funny to me, though. It was good.
I think
good stuff.
I think the last time that I got laid out and I was okay, it hurt a lot, but I got back up. We were at camp. This is the year after I graduated, so I think I was 19 at the time.
18 or 19.
18, 19. I think, somewhere in there. And we were playing bazooka ball.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, bazooka ball is basically paintball, but with like hard foam balls.
Yeah.
It's not as painful as paintball. But we're at camp, and me and Alex Sears went down to play with some of the students. And there was one game that they played where you put the guns in the middle of the course, and then you went up to the like netting wall that they had, and you had to start the round there. And when they said go, then you had to go run and get a gun. So you started out without a gun. You had to run and get one.
Yeah.
Well, they say go, and I take off, and the next thing I know, my face is right on the ground, really like fast and hard. And I'm not kidding. I looked up and realized what happened. My foot had got caught in the net.
Oh.
When I tell you, it was less than a second from when they said go and I was on the. I mean, it was so fast, but I was surrounded by a bunch of youngsters. I couldn't let them like.
They couldn't know.
They couldn't know that I got hurt. They couldn't have gotten me out right away, or else I would have been the lame leader that got out right away. So I just had to pick my broken bones up and keep going. But man, that was
just weep a little bit inside.
Weep a little bit. I think this was the last time I hurt like a champ.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I thought about when you were just talking about tag. I was like, if I tried to play tag, I'd die.
We've played tag with the youth sometimes, and I play for maybe 3 minutes, and I am so winded.
It's so bad.
That's not just my age. It's just me not being in the best of health.
Right.
But like, man.
Anyway.
Okay.
You don't have to be in good health when you're a kid. You're just always.
You just always have energy. You're always ready to run all day.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 14. Puppet shows.
Oh.
Did you ever do these?
We did a couple puppet shows. Me and my sister.
Okay. For your parents, for your grandparents?
For my parents.
Okay.
I don't remember like storylines or anything. We had sock puppets though, for sure.
I think every puppet show was chaos. Because kids don't have like the ability to think about like narratives, like setups and payoffs. It's just like this happens and this happens.
Yeah. It's probably a horrible experience as an adult.
I'm interested when when our kids start doing mine and yours together as our kids.
Uh-huh.
When they start doing puppet shows for us, like, if I'm gonna want to shoot myself in the head or if I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well, isn't just being a director kind of just an adult puppet show?
I guess so. Just with meat puppets.
With real meat puppets.
Men and women puppets.
You just stick your hand right up their butts. Away you go.
Gross. I don't like this analogy anymore. There's the part in Sound of Music where they're literally dressed up as the marionette puppets.
True. True.
So that director
He
literally
really thought about it.
And then what's the movie that the South Park guys did with the puppets?
Something with Force.
Yeah, something America.
Force.
Yeah, something. But yeah, that was literally their job, was to make
true.
a puppet show.
There you go.
A full length movie. So
Well,
yeah,
So I guess you're wrong.
I guess I am wrong. Adults do this one. So strike that one. This is the list of 19.
19.
Okay. Anything else on that one?
No.
Number 13. And this is a case to where you still do this as an adult, but it is just an entirely different thing.
Okay.
Birthday parties.
Oh yeah.
What is the best birthday party you either ever had or ever went to?
Okay, so my mom did a Lego birthday party.
Nice.
When I was like 9 or 10.
Okay.
It was the perfect year to do it.
Yeah.
She went all out, we had I think we did basically what is cornhole,
Okay.
but before cornhole existed.
Before it existed?
Yeah.
How freaking old are you?
I'm 30.
How old is cornhole?
I don't think cornhole's that old.
Really?
No.
I've always remembered cornhole.
Cornhole has not always existed.
Huh. Well, obviously it hasn't always
It
existed.
has. It is not a game before time.
Okay.
It is a relatively new game, from
It's
my
not-
understanding.
It's not like Beauty and the Beast, a tale as old as time.
That is what I was referring to. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, she's I don't know. It was great. I have distinct memories about it, and I had a ton of fun.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I miss the Lego parties.
Yeah. Man, birthday parties were so... I always liked going to other people's birthday parties because I didn't really like being the center of attention, which is weird because I'm basically the center of attention of this podcast now.
No, I am.
You're the best part of the podcast, but I definitely talk more and draw more attention to myself.
That's my saving grace. If I talked more, people would dislike it.
So I always loved going to other people's birthday parties, as long as they had pizza.
No, of course.
That was my, everyone always worried about birthday cake. I was always like, no.
I never have and never will like birthday cake.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Pizza is far better than cake.
Okay, good. I'm glad you agree.
Of course I agree. Because we're only boys who never break bones and hate birthday cake.
We love pizza over birthday cake at birthday parties. And then just real quick, because I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast before, my 16th birthday party, you were there.
I was there.
And
That's weird.
that you've known me that
I've
long.
known you that long.
It's going up on 10 years
Is it?
that we've known each other. Actually, I think it's sometime in this year is when we met 10 years ago. I think it was sometime in 2013 was when you and I met.
Weird. I don't like that, Daniel.
You've literally seen me grown up.
Yeah, I have. Just a wee boy.
Yeah, and I'm still a wee man.
You're actually rather large.
I am large, but I'm a youngster still.
I see, yes.
But anyways.
Isn't it weird how you'll always be younger than me?
Until you're dead. Once you die,
Do you not age as you die? I guess not.
I don't think so. Because people will say, I'm older now than my dad was when he died,
Yeah.
So I could outlive you.
You probably will.
I probably will, which is a sad thought.
Yeah.
But I've always said I want to be the first one in my life to die. Because I don't want to deal with any hard deaths.
Yeah. I've definitely told Lindsay that we have to die at the same time.
Oh, I tell Olivia all the time, I hope I die before you do. She'll have more life after I'm gone to she can go off and do other things without me.
I've got nothing.
I have
nothing
nothing.
to do.
Yeah. But anyways, for my 16th, it was maybe a month prior, Mom was like, so Daniel, what do you want to do for your sweet 16? I was never too big on birthday parties, but since it was my 16th,
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, throw me a birthday party as if you were throwing one for a 5-year-old. And she did. She
She did.
delivered. It was a Batman themed birthday party, but like we had little like party favors and like that really cheap tablecloth
Yep.
stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
The like plasticky kind of stuff.
Yeah.
that
That you can rip really easily.
You just like barely put your finger into it.
Yeah, you always do that. I
Yeah.
always poke my finger through it.
Your
My-
dad
my
dressed
fa-
up as Joker.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah, my father. We walked in after we did a scavenger hunt around the city.
That was not very 5-year-old.
That wasn't very 5-year-old, but it was still a lot of fun.
It was a ton of fun. I was in the best van.
It was you, Isaac, me, Mitch, and Reed. I think in ours.
Yeah.
And then
Which means Reed was like barely even alive.
Reed would have been like he would have been like 13.
Yeah. Oh man.
I know. It's weird. It's weird to think about. So, anyways, birthday parties are great.
Why'd you invite me?
That was you were engaged to Lindsay.
Was 20?
I turned 16 at the end of. Oh no, you weren't. You guys had been dating for a little bit.
Okay. All right. I was thinking that was before then.
It was It was about 6 months before you proposed, but about 6 months after you started dating.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's all right.
it was right in the middle.
You knew that was. You knew.
I knew, and you and I were close at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 12. Speaking of like friends,
Okay.
just making friends with complete strangers
That's true.
as a kid. You go to the park, whatever kid's there at the park is your best friend for the day.
You know who didn't do that?
Your son or you?
Me.
Oh,
I still have anxiety thinking about it.
I have anxiety thinking about it as an adult. Just going up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't.
But I never could do that. And now I don't have any friends because of it.
I don't think I was ever the proactive one during stuff like that, but I would always end up like quietly becoming friends with another kid that was there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Either they took me under their wing, or we both just like kind of silently understood.
If another kid came up to me and became a friend,
Yeah.
I would be their friend.
Sure, right.
But very rarely does that happen to the sad, quiet kid that's weeping.
Do you think you and I would have been friends if we were the same age and we like grew up in the same circles?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I was at the playground a few days ago with Barnabas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't you
And
run
Lindsay.
into Austin?
Yeah, we ran into Austin.
Yeah.
It was right before I ran into Austin. We were on the like actual playground part.
Uh-huh.
And there's this little girl that all of a sudden, like I went up to, because my son's 2.5,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't want him to get hurt. He had,
Okay.
he had scratched his knees recently,
Uh-huh.
and he was in shorts, and I was like, I ain't gonna let this kid fall again.
Yeah.
So I was following him around on the playground because I'm a good daddy.
Uh-huh.
And this little girl's like, you can't be on the playground.
To you or
To me.
Okay.
To me. I don't allowed on the playground. And I'm
How
like,
old was she?
She was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7. I don't know.
Like, shut up, little girl.
I was like, I'm an adult. I do what I want. I literally said, I'm an adult. And she's like, you have to get off. And then she runs away. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm an adult. I don't care.
Okay.
And then the girl comes back. She has a large stick and she starts hitting me. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I can't
hit her back.
I can't hit her back. I did it the stick hit me just enough that I was able to grab it and I broke it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was seething. I
You're like,
so
where are your
mad.
parents at?
The mom was right there. She saw the whole thing. It's like, woman, come over here and take care of your child. She's hitting me. And she probably was just laughing, like,
Yeah.
this dad can't do anything.
So funny.
This is not
What if
funny.
what if that mom's one of our listeners and she stops listening after this?
I hope she does.
You don't want her
I
around
don't
us.
want her. I don't want her or a child around me ever again. Oh, it made me so mad. And then Barnabas saw it. He saw his dad get
Oh,
hit.
so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good story. Thank you for that one.
You're welcome.
And then number 11, speaking of friends, imaginary friends.
Imaginary friends.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever had an imaginary friend.
I think I did when I was like really young.
I'm sure we both
I have like
did.
vague memories.
I don't. Nobody ever told me about imaginary friends that I had.
You didn't have a bing bong?
No bing bong. Is that a Inside Out reference?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, he's like a cotton candy elephant or
Cool
something.
guy. He's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy.
He dies.
But spoilers for Inside Out.
How old is that movie?
It's almost 10 years old now.
Yeah. Almost as old as our relationship.
Almost, yeah. That's kind of weird. We need to figure out like what happened in 2013. The Office ended.
Colony House finished their first album, but didn't release it until 2014.
Okay, man. So you showed me Colony House really early.
You're welcome.
It was 2014, like the summer of 2014 when you showed them to me. Anyways,
I'm in a ridge.
Huh?
I'm in a ridge.
You're in a ridge.
I'm in a ridge.
Apparently, you're not. Apparently, whatever that
Jordan Atwell
fool's name is. Yeah, Jordan Atwell.
Thanks. I know that Jordan doesn't listen, but thanks, Jordan.
Jordan, the best memory I have of you is when we renamed drug rugs into alpaca sweaters. Or no, alpaca. Yeah, maybe it was. Oh, alpaca jackets. That's what it was.
That's really good, actually.
Alpaca jackets. Yeah, it was. We were playing signs and we just happened to sit next to each other. He's like, "What is this thing called?" It's like a drug rug. He's like, "I think we can come up with something better." We came up with alpaca jackets. Shout out to you, Jordan. You should text him the link to this episode.
Maybe I will.
And then say, "Give us money."
Whoa. Yeah. Just give him the link, wait 5 minutes, then say, "Give us money."
No. Well, what's weird is the music just came on.
What?
The money music.
Oh,
it came
on. Wow, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't hear it.
It was like I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah, so give us money. I actually don't have the list in front of me.
Oh.
But I can probably go off memory.
You can probably go off memory.
Can you explain the tiers real quick?
Yeah, so there's like a few tiers. There's like, okay, so if you give us money using something called Acast Plus, which you can find in your podcast app, just look in the description of the episode, follow the link,
and real quick, if you're listening to this episode and you think, oh great, it's this time again, what Philip is telling you to do right now, just do it. Like, pull out your phone.
Oh yeah.
And just do it.
Just listen to my voice and do it.
And Philip's gonna guide you. Okay, so they're looking. All right. They open up their phone.
All right. Let's say you have an iPhone and you're listening with the Apple Podcasts app. You open up your episode. You kind of like scroll down a little bit so it shows the description of the episode, and then you click on the link that's right there at the bottom.
We all know how to click on links. It's 2023.
It brings up a web page.
Whoa,
and then you follow whatever's on there, because I've never done it, because I own this podcast and I don't give money to myself.
Why would you give money?
Why would I do that? That's silly. You're stupid. So yeah, you'll see that there's a few tiers.
Yeah.
Available.
The best tier to do is the $100 a year tier.
$100 a year.
Because it's a bit of a steal.
It's It's instead of doing, $10 a month.
Yeah, you're getting $20 off.
You get $20 off.
And you get the same stuff.
And guess what? That also means we could probably buy some cool new equipment.
Yeah. We have some ideas on how to do more equipment.
To up our game.
And here's the thing, if we were to get more money, we'd be able to do more episodes.
It would be great.
It would be awesome.
So there's that.
That's Andrew's problem. He's like, well, I wish you guys would put out more episodes. I'm like, give us money.
Give us money, we can do more.
And we can do more episodes. You yeah, so then there's there's
Daniel. Settle down.
There's also a $5 tier, $5 a month tier that gets you some stuff.
Hey, and you know who's on fire for the $5?
Yeah,
Becca.
Yes.
Thanks, Becca.
Thanks, Becca.
Thanks, Becca.
We apologize to you, Becca.
We are so sorry. We didn't know.
We didn't know
How
that,
were we supposed
that
to
you
know?
were already giving, so I'm sorry that we put you on blast.
Honestly, we really shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
that was like a poor move on
We
us.
truly apologize. Yeah. But then, people who are still on blast, that would be Ben and Kana Robbins. I think they're the ones that are on blast this time because... on blast.
Oh,
there you go. Thank you. Yeah, because Ben and Kana, Ben, you're an accountant. I know that you got some money.
Whoa.
I actually have never talked to you about how much you make, but the fact that you work for an accounting firm, I know that you at least make enough to give just a once a year gift of $100.
And does his wife work too?
Yeah.
Double on blast.
Double on blast. You can just take like a portion of one of Kana's things. What are they called? Paychecks. And give them to us.
David's like, I don't make any money. What is this thing
these
called?
things called that you get for money? Just take a portion of one.
Just one.
And then you don't have to worry about it till next March.
Next March. It's a no-brainer.
And you know what, Ben, Bay? This is what you owe me for not coming to the Hot Rod night.
That's right.
Yeah. I think
he
you
says
owe us.
he's too busy all of March.
He's too busy, get this, working for a tax firm.
Tax firm. More like a tax...
A taxiderm.
Taxiderm.
Because that's how dumb people say dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
What a dummy. All right. Mitchell and Anna Wheeler.
On blast.
Reed Wheeler.
On blast.
Grant and Jade Wheeler.
On blast.
Michael Pollard.
On blast.
Andrew Blutzinger.
On blast.
My in-laws.
On blast.
Luke Thompson, I'm gonna hit you in the face.
On blast.
If you don't give us money. Alex Sears.
On blast.
And then Philip's favorite, Seth Cuson.
On blast. Poops on.
Okay. And I think that's everyone.
You missed one.
Oh, did I?
Ethan and Reagan.
No, they're giving us money.
No, they're not.
Oh, yeah, they're not.
On
actually.
blast.
Yeah, you jerk. Okay. And also we have a little like an ad to do.
We do have an ad.
Do you want to talk about it?
I feel like we should have asked him what he wanted us to say.
Okay, well then maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll save it.
I'm going to do it now. And
Okay.
then if he wants more, we can do it again.
Okay.
I'm willing to do it. We have an ad.
Yeah.
Do we want to do... We need ad music. We need...
Maybe could I do the music?
You could
behind
do the
it?
music.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
okay.
Well, let's step out of this elevator real quick.
Okay, yeah. It's floor 12.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ding. Wow, this is a sensual ad.
I'm gonna stick with it though.
Please
Okay.
do.
Hold on. I can't. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Don't laugh, please. I can't. Please don't laugh.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. You're really ready.
Yep. I'll try my hardest. Okay.
I think this is what Corey would want. I'm pretty sure this is what Corey would really want. It's sad.
All right.
All right. So Pick Snippets. Pick Snippets is a app and service that you can get. Basically, it is a service that, like, let's say this is difficult. Let's say you own a business or have a little side gig, and you're like, hey, I want to do something personal for my clients. I want to send them some emails that has a picture and it specifically says their name in it and it generates on its own. Well, Pick Snippets can do something like that for you. So give it a try. Take it out your phone. Go to the App Store. Take out Pick Snippets. You can download it there. You can also, I'm sure, go to picksnippets.com. And I think that's the end.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we'll ask Corey if he would rather us do a more professional one, or if he liked that one, we'll just take that audio and drop it, or we can just do it live every time.
Well, maybe. I'm gonna text him right now and just be like, "Yo,
yeah, we did an ad.
and
it was baller."
I think people will listen to it. But what do you really want people to know about your business?
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think, that was probably the highlight of the episode so far.
That was, I mean, sadly, it was.
And we've probably spent way too much time on these first 10. So we're
all
just
right, let's blast through these.
Right back in. Yeah. Okay. Number 10. This is probably the broadest one.
Okay.
Just the magic. The magic's just gone.
Oh. Just the magic of being an adult or a kid.
Being a kid. Yeah. You're just like, just the world is your oyster as a kid, you know? You have wonderment in your eyes. You have your future ahead. You're like, oh, all the possibilities.
Nothing's going to stop us now.
Nothing's going to stop us. Nothing can harm us, you know? And
I used to think I could be a professional musician. That's how magical the world was.
Yeah. And now look at you.
Now look at me. I'm an idiot.
You're doing a dumb podcast with your dumb brother-in-law in a shed that, by the way, we have to have all the lights turned off right now because the lights were interfering with the mic system. So this is where your life is at right now.
That's cool.
But you thought you could be a professional
I didn't know.
Instrumentalist.
What was I thinking?
So yeah, the magic is just there's good stuff about the world as an adult, but there's that magic as a kid that like when you're a kid, there's still things that you don't know about the world, you know? And as an adult, there are too, but the things that you don't know aren't as like engaging anymore. You just kind of see the world in a different light. And you're like, oh, it's a cynical, horrible place now, you know?
It sucks.
Adulting is the suck. Yeah.
I guess you're right. Guess you're right.
Yeah.
What's number 9?
Yeah, sorry to put us all in a bad mood, but number 9.
Oh my God!
My word!
It's me, Tommy. It's me,
Tommy.
Hey.
How are you doing, bud?
Always good.
Yeah.
Always good. You know it's me, and you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah. What you got for us today? Come in and teach us.
I learned babies don't got no kneecaps.
Oh.
Did you know this?
I did.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I mean, no, I didn't. I just learned this.
Don't lie to me, Daniel. I don't like that you lied to me.
I'm sorry. I did know.
I forgive you.
Okay.
But I guess...
Did you?
I mean, now it's kind of like all ruined. I was gonna explain it.
Do you want to do it again, and I'll pretend like I don't know?
No.
Okay.
Lying's a sin.
You're right.
I don't know how to move on from this.
I
was coming in. I was like, oh,
you were really.
I was listening at the door.
Yeah. Oh.
And then I went back and I drove up.
Yeah.
And because I could tell.
Yeah.
You guys were in a sour mood.
I'm sorry.
From that last one. And I tried to help.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Tommy, just you arriving lifted my spirits and made me so happy.
Oh, now I don't know if that's a lie or not.
No, it's not. I promise. Because guess what? Lying's a sin.
That's right.
So.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Now, I heard that. I heard the other day that you're a pastor of a new church, Tommy.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm laughing so hard. It's just, it's the spirit overwhelmed me and I just started laughing. And it's called Tommy's Good Church.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You read the whole Bible.
I read the whole Bible and I learned so much. I thought I should tell everybody about this. So
Yeah.
Tommy's Good Church, come on First Avenue.
Yeah.
On January 1st, 2024.
Yeah. Yeah. You still gotta build the building.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. And gotta, some momentum.
A lot of permits and stuff that you have to work your way through. But
I really don't know what I'm doing though. But
as far as building the building or
permits.
Yeah.
I just kind of show up on the land.
It can be tricky.
I hope it works.
Yeah, well, I hope so too. Hey, let's pray about it.
It feels kind of like we're making fun of it.
I'm not.
All right.
Okay.
See ya.
What a good guy.
Cool. I mean, the pastor now.
He's a pastor.
Pastor Tommy.
I would never in a million years thought that.
Not sure I want him to be a pastor.
That'd be such an event every week to have him as your pastor. Okay. Number 9. Act like you're asleep so that you'll be carried. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I was waiting for the end of the sentence.
Well, I was going to, but I could have gone a couple different ways. Because if you're in a car, you get carried inside.
Yeah.
If you're downstairs, you get carried upstairs, or vice versa. But just like you pretend like you're asleep, so that one of your parents, most likely your father, if you have a father, will.
So then why do you keep bringing all this sad stuff?
I didn't want to alienate anyone who didn't have a dad. And they pick you up and they take you to a better place to sleep.
It's very, that's pretty emotional.
You can't really do that as an adult.
Pastor Tommy would say that someday your heavenly Father will take you into a better place.
Yeah, well, let's hope he says that in a year from now when he finally gets his church up and running. But
anyway, so yeah, I don't know if I did this as much.
Okay,
because lying's a sin. I learned that.
You learned that today from Tommy.
I don't know. I think I definitely would be tired. And would just, maybe not be asleep, but enforce it upon my parents to carry me inside.
Yeah.
I'm sure I did it when I was a kid.
I think it was. I don't know what the motivation is as a child. I guess either you're lazy or you feel like you're getting away with something.
It does. I mean,
you kind of get a little high.
If I could do it now and have Lindsay carry me inside right into my bed, that would be sweet.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I said you can't really do it anymore, especially us. I'm double the size of Olivia.
But think about how cool that would be.
That would be pretty sick if she was able to pick me up and carry me upstairs. And although I'm a pretty heavy sleeper, I was gonna say I would be able to trick her into thinking I was sleeping, but it would maybe be possible for me to sleep through something like that. I don't know.
She's just banging your head up against the stairs.
It's wild how I can sleep through some stuff, but
yeah.
So that's number 9.
Okay. What's number 8?
Number 8, and this one's more so like a teenager thing.
Okay.
At least I did this a lot when I was a teenager.
Okay.
Sleeping in.
Oh. Do you have guilt now?
Yes.
I can't do it. I can't sleep in.
I have guilt and headaches.
Oh.
If I sleep too long.
That stinks.
Yeah.
That's doubly bad.
I know. Yeah, it's like morally I can't do it and physically I can't do it.
Oh.
So yeah, sleeping in, I miss it.
I miss it too. Miss it a lot.
But
good old days.
Maybe when we're old and senile.
That's true.
Maybe we can do it then. Maybe once we're retired.
My parents are basically retired.
Yeah.
We went to Florida, saw them, and they don't sleep in.
I not only do I feel guilty, but I also just as a rational adult now, I'm it's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
I could be doing productive things.
That's the problem is my mind starts going oh, I could do this thing and I could do this
right.
thing. And then I'm I don't, if I have the ability to sleep in,
Yeah.
that means that I have the ability to do something like more fun.
More fun, more beneficial, all that stuff. Although, I don't know. Sleeping's pretty fun.
Sleeping's great.
I think sleeping might be my favorite thing ever.
What's silly is I never sleep in and think, man, I wish I wouldn't have slept in. I never do that. So why do I think that I'm going to, why am I guilty of that?
I do.
You do?
If I accidentally sleep in, I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that.
But like at the end of the day, when you're exhausted, you're like, it was a bad idea to sleep in.
No, the only time where I'm like, I'm okay with it a little bit is if I've gone like 3 or 4 weekends in a row without being able to. And then it's like Friday night. I'm like, I don't have anything tomorrow. then I'll maybe sleep in a little bit and not feel too bad about that one.
All right.
But yeah, I can't anymore. It's sad. It's sad. I miss it.
Me too. You were the king of sleeping in.
I know. I had that crown for quite a while.
The crown of glory.
Now I go to bed early too. I'm like, oh, it's already 9.
I love going to bed early.
No, I do too. It's just like it's 9:50 right now. I'm like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, me too.
I am dead tired right
Let's
now.
blast through these.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not sticking around to edit. You can either wait to edit this on a time that I can be here, or
No. This one will go fast.
Okay. Number 7, playing with toys and or stuffed animals.
Oh yeah. I'm when my son started getting out some of my old toys.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, those were some good times, huh?
And again, and some of these come back around when you have kids, like that you're able to do as well. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is one of them. We're like, yeah, of course you can play with toys when you have a kid. You can play with your kid, but
not by yourself.
I feel like if I were to like break out my old action figures right now, Olivia would maybe leave me.
Here's something. Yeah, I hope not. Something I did think about before we had our son.
Yeah.
Was that Legos are kind of okay as an adult. Kind of okay.
Yeah.
Like you could get one of those big giant, like the ones that you'd never get as a kid because they're way too expensive.
Sure. And maybe a little too complicated as well.
A little too complicated.
Yeah.
Those are fine as adults.
Sure.
And I thought about doing that.
Yeah.
But then I never did.
I think Legos are acceptable as an adult for whatever reason. I don't know why it is, but it is. And then I think it's acceptable to like if you want to collect.
Yes.
Things.
Yeah, you just can't play with them.
You just can't play with them. That'd be embarrassing.
Don't use your imagination.
You're
why
an adult.
is that?
Act
What
like
is
an
that?
adult. That's the thing. It's like some of these things. It's like, why not? Why can't we do these as an
Why
adult?
can't I imagine? It feels silly, but why can't I? I don't know. What is it that I can't pretend to be Batman with this action figure?
Yeah, that you can't use your imagination to make these 2 plastic men fight one another. Why not? I think my cousin Matthew does it still, honestly.
But why?
Why does he do it? Or why do we look at that?
We look at that and say he's a crazy man?
I don't know. Maybe Matthew's the most sane out of all of us. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Number 6, piggyback rides.
Oh.
Now this is I'm sure that there are some adults like Olivia. Like I could give her a piggyback ride,
right?
But I cannot receive them anymore because I'm too large of a person.
You're large and in charge.
I've tried to get Ben Johnson to give me a piggyback ride, and he just will not.
He just says no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like, let me get on your back. And he's like, no.
I'd do it for you.
Thank you. I want to meet somebody who's larger than me that is willing to give me a piggyback
like,
ride.
If Shaq was around,
he's like
he would be
prime.
the best piggyback rider.
Yeah, he would.
No,
be.
Not rider. Dear Lord,
righty.
No, righty.
Yeah, who would be able to give Shaq a piggyback ride? Goliath, I guess.
I guess a horse.
a large pig.
Yeah. I was, it was like piggyback rides weren't in my repertoire when I was a kid. And then I became kind of a teenager and I was like, oh, I should start doing this. And then I was like, no, this hurts. Sucks doing it.
Yeah, I guess you could maybe put strollers in here.
Oh yeah.
In this slot as well, just like getting pushed around on a stroller.
Yeah, me and my boy Jeremy, we grew up together.
Yeah.
And we were.
What was his last name?
I can't say.
Oh.
I'll keep his identity anonymous.
Well, tell me afterwards.
I will.
Because I work with Jeremy, and it would just be funny if it was.
It's not him. It's not him.
Okay.
No, I know where he works. He doesn't work where you work.
All right.
Anyway, we were like, why don't adults have, strollers?
Yeah.
And then we started thinking about it. I was like, I guess that is a wheelchair.
I guess so.
I
guess so. I'm sorry I brought it up.
But we had the same thought. We were like, why aren't those things for adults? And then it's like, actually.
Then you looked over and somebody was getting pushed a wheelchair.
I was like, I guess, maybe.
It would be in poor taste.
It would be bad to say that this is a stroller for adults.
Another thing that I was thinking of that kind of reminds me of this is having other people tie your shoes for you.
Oh.
But I still do this sometimes, so I can't say that I don't.
Excuse me, what?
More
again?
Back in high school, that was like a thing I would do.
You would force people to tie your shoes? I would be like,
hey, can you tie my shoe for me? And like 8 out of 10 times, they would.
That is a power play.
I think it was because I was such a nice person back in high school. How things have changed, but like I was such a nice person back then that people were just like, of course I would do that for you.
Like, wait, give me context. Like you're just standing up and you like,
yeah, can you tie my shoe for me? I'd be like, oh, my shoe's untied. Can you tie it for me? And they'd get down and tie my shoe. They get down
on their knees. Yeah. They dirty their legs for you.
Yes. They'd humiliate themselves for me. Yeah.
I think that's actually a good social experiment.
To see who's like good and who's moral enough to tie your shoe. Yeah. Like, I think I would tie someone else's shoe.
If you're walking in a busy street,
yeah,
guy next to you's got his shoelaces untied.
I don't know. It depends. Like, Because then what if he stabs me in the back?
Yeah, what if he's like, hey, baby, can you...
Well, if he said that, I would probably just keep walking.
But then you're
unless if he was good looking.
Well, but what if he was like, you're like not sure if that was like him, throwing something towards you, or if it was just like a cool phrase he had.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, he's like, hey, baby.
Hey, baby. I'd be like, what do you mean by that? If you mean what I think you mean, then no. But if it's just a cool little thing you say, by the time that I would like get the answer out of him, he'd probably have lost interest in me tying his shoe for him. So, okay, number 5. We're in the top 5 now.
Okay,
and this is the one that you sent earlier.
Good.
Summer break, and I added in snow days.
Oh, into this.
Yeah. Now, some adults do get these off. If you're a teachers or a principal,
can suck my butt.
Gross.
Because you get summers off, and it makes me so mad.
Yeah, I've thought about this.
And you keep trying to bump my taxes up. You're like, I don't make enough money. I'm like, you get the summers off. You don't deserve any more money. Go get a side job.
Yeah, that's probably that or like. Maybe if you're like a higher up, you can work like part-time throughout the summer,
Yeah, maybe.
But
I don't actually. I know your wife like kind of.
Oh no, it's okay. She probably laughed at that when you said it.
I don't believe it. It's a good joke.
She's fine. She's fine. It's fine. This is a joke.
Nobody's hurt.
What?
Nobody's hurt.
No one got hurt. Yeah. Physically, maybe I'm starting to get tired. By the way, but But yeah, that and snow days. See, I get more upset at snow days
Yeah.
because, especially being married to a teacher, it's like I deliver for I deliver.
You put your life on the line.
I put my life on the line because we deliver medicine, and I can't just we can't just call, oh, it's a snow day, because there's people at the hospital, inpatients that like need that medicine, so we don't get snow days. But and then my wife is like, I really hope tomorrow's a snow day. And I'm like, oh yeah, I hope so too, for your sake. But for me, I don't get it.
Now that everybody's like, COVID's happened and people are able to work from home, it's even less of a thing.
Right.
Because it used to be like, oh, maybe if the roads are horrible, you can't make it in. But now they're like, open up your laptop and work now.
I was going to say, maybe at least you could wear like your boxers, but people probably do that anyways.
Yeah.
Who work from home.
People probably do that when they work from the office.
Do you get dressed up for work? Or does it kind of get you into like a mental
it's kind of a bunch of BS.
Oh, okay. What about it?
Not really. I mean, we do video calls, and they're like, when you are on the video call, please wear a collared shirt.
Right. But you wouldn't have to wear pants.
But I wouldn't have to wear pants.
Do you ever just walk out here in your boxer briefs?
I've never walked out here in my boxer briefs, nor do I feel comfortable.
Talk about a power play. If your neighbors were out like doing yard work and they just saw you walk into the shed in your backyard only wearing a shirt and little skin tight boxers.
Well, I do have a little pee spot next to the shed. So that's kind of a power play.
I've peed next to your shed before. I don't know where your spot is, but I've definitely peed next to it before. So this has gone off the rails. So summer break and snow days. Most adults don't get them anymore. So
they should.
I
hear rumors. I hear rumblings that in other countries they get the summers off. But I don't know if that's true. I think that's just people playing with me.
I think it's in like Sweden, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Well,
France
their work week is 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And it's 6-hour work days.
Yeah, sweet.
Like, man,
that's sweet stuff.
That sounds nice. Number 4, climbing trees.
Heck yeah. I was so bad at this, but I always was like, I'm going to do it.
It's always a fun thing to do.
It's always fun to do. Why don't you do? Well, you know why this pairs well with one of your other earlier ones is that you can't do it because if you fell, you would die.
You would die on impact.
Kids fall and just break an arm.
Right, and then they're okay 2 weeks later when it heals. For us, we're out of work. Where we got hospital bills. Actually, that'll play into something I'll talk to you about in a little bit. But yeah, and also I feel like, I'm at fault about this too. If I were to be like walking out a park and I saw a grown man climbing a tree, I'd be like, what life choices has he made to like lead up to this?
It just makes me think of the dad in Back to the Future.
Oh yeah. Peeping Tom.
That's the only reason adults climb trees.
So for peepins. Probably the only like acceptable thing is if you accidentally threw something up a tree, or to pick a fruit out of that tree.
Yeah.
But I say, of all the things on my list, bring this and my next one that I'm gonna say, bring it back as adults.
Hey, baby, bring it back.
Hey, baby, bring back climbing. Make climbing trees great again, and let adults do it without judgment.
Hey, maybe if you do the $100 tier, you get a hat that says "Make climbing trees great."
Yeah, we'll hand make them. That's a lie, but yeah, we'll do it. If you do $100 tier, we'll send that as the gift.
There you go. It's done. It's done.
It's set in stone. Number 3, building forts.
Yes.
Now this is indoor or outdoor, either one. I was thinking indoor when I wrote this, but outdoor we built some forts outside as well.
Are outdoor forts just houses for adults?
I guess so. Maybe cabins. Cabins are kind of outside forts for adults. But yeah, I was thinking more so like blanket forts.
Yeah. Blanket forts are the best.
Olivia and I have talked about we want to build a fort sometime. We just don't really have like the means right now.
Me and Lindsay did it once.
We don't have a whole lot of blankets, I don't think.
We did it in our basement, and it was it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun times. And then you just like you watch a little movie on your phone or something.
Yeah, sure,
it's fun.
Or your laptop.
Laptops are overrated.
Yeah, and I feel like you can make them cooler as adults than you could have as kids.
Way cooler.
You have like more like know-how of like, let's get lights in here and let's use this for the structure because it'll hold better than one of those things that you put on bags of chips. Those clips,
clips, yes. Oh man, and a good reference point is the Community episodes.
Yes,
of how good forts could be as an adult.
Sorry, I wasn't even thinking about that. Those are good episodes. The one that's like the Civil War documentary. Yes. That's probably one of my favorite episodes.
That's really good.
Okay, number 2.
That's 2 references I've done to bring this all pop culture-y.
Oh, thank you, Philip. I talked about my Batman birthday.
No, that's true. Thanks.
We talked about toys. Number 2, staying up late / all night.
Oh.
So I guess this would be like sleepovers.
Yeah, sleepovers, man. We almost did it on our boys' night. We stayed up late, which was not very late at all.
It was past midnight.
But you stayed up even later.
Yeah, me and Austin stayed up.
You guys brought in a little bit of that kid magic.
Yeah, we did. But then I was like, screw you! I'm going upstairs to my bed, and you can sleep on the couch. I think I was just telling Olivia about this the other day. I think it was the summer of 2015, maybe. Like every day, it was us boys would play basketball up at the court. When it got dark, we'd either go home separately to eat dinner, or we'd all and then meet down at Ethan's afterwards, or we'd eat down at Ethan's, and then until like 4 a.m. it would be Call of Duty and pool.
Wow.
And then crash at Ethan's. Just, I'm sleeping under the pool table tonight. You're sleeping on the pull-out. Get up. Same thing again the next day. Basketball.
What time would you wake up?
Noon.
I guess that's
10, 11 noon.
That's fine. Maybe that's why you could sleep in so late.
Probably, yeah. I was a night owl most of my life. I loved being the only one awake in the house.
That's freaky.
Because I was
kind of a freak.
I think I loved watching my family sleep. No, I think I just loved it was just like, okay, this is like my time now. Like everyone's asleep. I just have like time to myself and whatnot. Yeah, consistently for the better part of a decade, I stayed up till probably 3, 4 in the morning.
Oof.
So
I couldn't. I just couldn't now.
I couldn't now.
Even if I had all the caffeine in the world, I couldn't. I used to make fun of my dad. We'd be watching a movie and he'd fall asleep. I'm like, what a stinker, falling asleep so early.
What a poop.
And now look at me.
Now you're
I'm
the
the stinker.
And Joe's making fun of you.
Yeah. No. He's asleep before me still.
He's asleep by 2 p.m. Okay, and then number 1.
I don't have any idea.
Not having any worries.
Oh.
Kids just live their life without bills, without social anxiety. I'm sure there's kids who have social anxieties, but I don't know. There's just hardly a worry in the world as a kid.
Yeah. Man.
Your parents pay for your meals. They pay for your living. They just pay all expenses are taken care of. You don't have a job. You don't have responsibilities. You just exist to have fun as a kid, other than school. I guess.
And even school's kind of fun.
When you look back on school, you're like, oh, that was what I was worried about. When I think back to because I work with the youth group.
Yeah.
When I look at like the high schoolers and the middle schoolers and what their like
They're
worries are,
stressed about.
yeah, what they're stressed about, I'm like, oh wow,
You guys are silly.
you guys just wait, just wait until you're either in college or out of college.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Man.
just not having a worry in the world.
You got all the trust in the world that your parents have got you.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is wonderful. And again, it is not to like shun anybody who had a harder upbringing or anything like that, but me and you specifically,
Yeah.
I think we grew up in good households who we were able to kind of kick back and not really have to think about that type of stuff. So,
And you know what? We can have these moments every once in a while. You take a little vacation
yeah,
and just chill.
just chill.
That's what I did.
Oh yeah, if I go on vacation, I'm able to drop worries,
Yeah.
and not think about them. It's like, okay, I'm on vacation and I'm like just existing for a week or two. But
It's great.
it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. But yeah, that's our list. This is kind of it was an interesting list because I just feel like this kind of falls more in line with like the mustaches episode, where it wasn't like an obvious episode for us to do. It was just, I think your reasoning was like, it's springtime,
It wasn't even that. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I'm sad. It was, I'm sad.
I'm sad and you want to be a kid again.
Yeah. And I was like, let's do an episode about it.
Well, let's start doing all these things again, except for
sounds great.
getting dizzy. I can't do that one. But other than that,
I'll go on roller coasters for you.
okay, and I'll make friends with strangers for you.
Okay. And I'll ask strangers to tie my shoes.
Okay, we can both do that. And we'll see. We'll film it. We'll see what the social experiment has to say. But were there any things that you had thought of that I didn't bring up? Or?
Taking naps every day.
Yeah, I was gonna lump in naps with the sleeping in.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not just, I mean, adults take naps, sure. But they don't take them every day.
No.
Old people take naps every day.
Old people do. I feel the same way about naps as I do sleeping in. I'm like, I could have been productive.
Yeah. Yep.
I could have been productive, but instead my 20-minute nap turned into 4 hours, and I don't know where I am and what year it is.
Oh.
So.
All right. Well, hey, baby.
Hey.
You're the best, and we're the best.
You can never be perfect, but you can always be better. We love you.